The ray diagram when the object is situated at infinity. Here AB indicates the object. The dotted lines from AB indicate that that the object is very far away, very far off from the mirror. And here two rays are selected. One is from A, the other one is from B. These two rays passing parallel to the principal axis are incident on the mirror at D and N. At D and N. After reflection, these two rays, they meet the principal axis at the same point, that is F, focus. This is the point where the image will be formed. The image of the object, entire object will be formed at this point. So it is a point size image. In this figure, the object is beyond C, at some distance away from the center of curvature. The object is represented by the vertical arrow AB, and A is the tip of the object, topmost point of the object. From this point, we take this point as the object point, and from this point we choose two rays. One is the ray incident parallel to the principal axis. Let us call it as AM. The other ray is AN, which is incident passing through the center of curvature. AM after reflection passes through the focus F, and AN after reflection passes through the center of curvature. So it retraces its path. These two reflected rays, they meet at A prime. A prime. So A prime is the image of A. If you draw the arrow from perpendicular arrow from the principal axis, then B prime becomes the image of B. So on all the points on AB will form their images. The images of all the points of AB will be formed on A prime B prime. On A prime B prime. The image points of all the points of AB will be on A prime B prime. Hence, A prime B prime is the image of the linear object AB. Object at C. AB is the linear object. The vertical arrow represents AB, a linear object. From A, we selected two rays. One is incident parallel to the principal axis, that is AD. AD. The other one is passing through the focus, AFE. AFE. AD after reflection passes through F. So AF is the reflected ray, and the reflected ray of incident ray AN is NA prime. NA prime. These two reflected rays, they intersect at A prime. At A prime. So A prime is the image point of the object point A. Object point A. Similarly, by selecting other points on AB, we can show that their image points will be on A prime B prime. So A prime B prime becomes the image of the object AB. Object between C and F. Object between C and F. AB arrow, vertical arrow is between C and F. And from A, here we have taken two rays. One is parallel to the principal axis, that is AD. It passes through the focus after reflection. After reflection, AD passes through BF. And another ray chosen is the ray that passes through the center of curvature. This ray incident at E, it retraces its path. It passes along the same line in the opposite direction. These two reflected rays, they meet at A prime. They meet at A prime. So A prime is the image point of the object point A. Similarly, all the image points of the AB will lie on A prime B prime. Hence, A prime B prime becomes the image of AB. Object at F. Object at F. Here, two rays are selected. One is parallel to the principal axis, that is AD. It passes through the focus after reflection, that is DFA prime. The second one is AE, which is incident passing through the center of curvature. After reflection, it traces the path EAC. And these two reflected rays, they are parallel rays. So they cannot form any image, or the image will be formed at infinity. The object is between F and P. The object is between F and P. Here, one ray is incident at P, so it is reflected such that I is equal to R and Pn is the reflected ray and it is produced backwards. The other ray is passing through the center of curvature Ca. It is incident at E and retraces its path, and this reflected ray is produced backwards. These two reflected rays, Np and Ae, they are produced backwards and they meet at A prime. So A prime is the image point of the object point A. Similarly, all the image points of the points on AB lie on A prime B prime. So A prime B prime becomes the image of the object AB. Uses of concave mirrors. Uses of concave mirrors. Concave mirrors are commonly used in torches, in searchlights, and in vehicle headlights. So as to get powerful parallel beams of light. The beams of light obtained are parallel beam so that they can spread apart, they can travel long distances, and uniform illumination will be given when the beam is parallel. Hence, to obtain parallel beams, we use the concave mirror in torchlights, searchlights, and in vehicle headlights. They are also used to observe large images of the face. So we can use it for shaving. It can be used as shaving mirror. Generally, dentists use the concave mirrors to see large images of the teeth. So, large images of the teeth of the patient are observed by the dentist using a concave mirror. Concave mirrors can also be used to concentrate sunlight so as to produce heat in solar furnaces. To produce heat in solar furnaces, large concave mirrors are used. Observation of image formation by convex mirror. Hold a convex mirror in one hand. Hold a convex mirror in one hand and place a pencil in the upright position before the reflecting surface of the mirror and move it away from the mirror. As you move the pencil away from the mirror, you will notice that the size of the image decreases. You notice the decrease in size of the image as you move the pencil away from the mirror. You will notice an upright image. Of very small size. So it is a virtual erect diminished image. So a virtual erect diminished image is formed in a convex mirror. Study of image formation by convex mirror with ray diagrams. Here I am going to show you two diagrams. In first case, the object is at infinity, and in the second case, the object is at finite distance. When the object is at infinity, the rays coming from the object are considered to be parallel rays. These rays fall on the convex surface and gets reflected. The one which passes along the principal axis, it is reflected backwards along the same line. That is the ray incident at P. The other two rays, after reflection, they will move away. They get reflected away from the mirror. They follow the principle of reflection, that is I is equal to R. On producing them in the backward direction, they meet at a point. That point is the focus F. So, the image of a distant object, an infinite object, an object placed at infinity is formed at the focus. It is virtual erect and point size image. Now consider the case of an object at a finite distance. The second figure indicates the object at finite distance. The object is indicated by the arrow AB. From A, the top, two rays are selected. One is parallel to the principal axis. One is parallel to the principal axis. The other one is directed towards the center of curvature. Directed towards the center of curvature. The one which is directed towards the center of curvature, it retraces its path. It travels along the same line in the opposite direction. When you produce this ray, the line in the backward direction to the right, the dotted line indicates that it meets at the center of curvature on the principal axis. So it meets at C on the principal axis. The ray which is incident parallel to the principal axis after reflection, it moves away from the mirror by following the law of reflection I is equal to R. But when we produce it in the backward direction, that is indicated by the dotted line AF, A prime F, it passes through the focus. So on producing it in the backward direction, it passes through the focus. The two reflected rays, when they are produced in the backward direction, they meet at A prime. They meet at A prime. So A prime is the image of the point A in convex mirror. And A prime B prime, that vertical line indicates the image. That means the image points of all the object points on AB will lie on A prime B prime. The image points of all the points of AB lie on the line A prime B prime. This is virtual, erect, diminished image. So at any position, the convex mirror gives a virtual, erect image. At infinite distance, it gives a point size image. The results of the experiments in convex mirror, they are written in a tabular form. 10.2. Position of the object, position of the image, size of the image, nature of the image. When the object is at infinity, the image is formed at the focus behind the mirror. It is formed behind the mirror and it is formed at the focus. It is highly diminished point size image. It is virtual and erect. When it is at finite distance from the pole of the mirror, then the image will be formed between P and F behind the mirror, between focus and the pole behind the mirror. It is diminished image. Its nature is virtual and erect. Like this, we can memorize the results of the experiments in convex mirror, the image formation in convex mirror. Uses of convex mirrors. Convex mirrors are used as rear view mirrors in vehicles. All the vehicles are fitted with convex mirrors as rear view mirrors. If we observe the images in the rear view mirror, we notice that a diminished, erect, virtual image is seen in a rear view mirror. The area which is reflected in the mirror is very large. So it has large field of view. Large area can be viewed in a rear view mirror. Its advantage is we can observe the vehicles that are coming behind us. So we can safely travel or drive through the traffic by observing the vehicles which are following. This is not possible with a plane mirror. To observe an object of some size with a plane mirror, we should take a mirror of half of its size. So a plane mirror can be used to view the full length image of an object, provided its length is half of that of the object. So it is not possible with plane mirrors in all cases. One mirror is fitted, one convex mirror is fitted in a wall of Agra fort, in which we can see the entire tomb. To observe the entire tomb in Agra fort, we use that small mirror, convex mirror,